some years back. In the late 30s, there's a mine, used to be in a mine up below Pass called the old corned beef mine. Small mine, but as they were all small mines up and down the coast here. And the mine owners stockpiled the coal, and the miners knew what they were doing it for. They were going to try and suppress their wages and force them out if there was any industrial action. But before the industrial actions could take place, the mine owners cut back the working hours to just about 3 days a week. So then ended up locking them out of the mine altogether. So the coal was put into railway cargo and sent up to Sydney, but it never made Sydney. It only got as far as Waterfall. And it had nothing to do with the 6 miners with shovels who had stowed away on the train. So this is their story. It's called The Coal That Blew Away. And the reason for the title, which will become clear, possibly by the last verse, is that when the Miners' Federation president was asked the next day, where did that coal that was on that train disappear to? And he said, well, I'm not sure, but the winds were pretty heavy last night. So this the Illinois Mercury put a headline out, The Coal That Blew Away. Do you know how heavy the winds blow here? His smile was rising from ear to ear. The old miner sat back, heard a story that day about the time on the coast when the coal blew away. All the mines round Bulli, further away, were worked each week for only 2 to 3 days, enough to stop them from getting the dole, while the mine owners secretly stockpiled the coal. And the winds were so heavy on the coast that day, the winds were so heavy the coal blew away. Do you want to help me with that chorus? Yes, the winds were so heavy on the coast that day, the winds were so heavy the coal blew away. So the miners formed a strong picket line to try and stop the coal from leaving the mine. From Sydney they trucked in the scabs each day, with police on guard to keep the miners at bay. With scabs loading coal by the railway track, the miners stepped forward, the mood blacker than black. But a sergeant stood between them with a gun and a sneer. I'll shoot the first commie who tries to interfere. Here we go. And the winds were so heavy on the coast that day, the winds were so heavy the coal blew away. 60-ton load was sent on its way, scheduled for Sydney the very next day. The miners withdrew full of anger, despair. No victory this time, no hope in the air. The train slowed just near Waterfall. The guard heard laughter and someone's call. From a wagon some miners jumped onto the tracks, with shovels and grins and faces smeared black. And the winds were so heavy on the coast that day, the winds were so heavy the coal blew away. With his lantern he searched up and down the train, no coal could be seen, he searched in vain. And the headline in the paper read the very next day, the winds were so heavy the coal blew away. Now as you listen to my story today, you might think it's strange that coal could blow away, but the miners with their shovels in the wagon that night swear it is true, and I reckon they're right. And the winds were so heavy on the coast that day, the winds were so heavy the coal blew away. And the winds were so heavy on the coast that day, the winds were so heavy the coal blew away. to the victory. The next day, women and the kids walked up and down the train track from here right up from miles up and down the coast with sacks, and they collected all the coal and distributed it to the striking families, which was wonderful. One of the six, I sang this at a union reunion, and old Freddie Moore was there. Freddie came up to me and said, "I knew those 6 miners, we knew them all." He said, and that's what the story that you told is basically the truth, which worried me a little bit because I tried to exaggerate. But he said that one of the miners who was in the train that night was a man called Arthur MacDonald. He'd come out from Scotland. He was a Scottish miner. He never got called Arthur. He was always called Fair Go. Because he insisted on speaking at every union meeting, no matter what the topic. He always had a speech prepared, and it was a very, very similar speech each time, whether it be about working conditions or salaries or whatever. But he always finished his speech with, "And all we want is a fair